Hello and welcome back to Truthseekerstea. My name is Kate and I want to thank you first off for being here. I really appreciate every single one of your guys' presence. So for today's reading, we're going to be looking at what the honest truth of this person's message would be to you. So we're going to be channeling a message from your person. It's going to be with the help of their higher self and spirit, just to deliver you guys some truths that maybe this person hasn't communicated to you. So we're just gonna fill in any gaps that you may be curious about with this person, what's going on in their life, and how that's impacting the relationship with you. And we will be doing an extended reading for each pile. It does end up being a little bit different, so just stay tuned for that. If you guys do really feel like it's your pile and you want to look into more content about them, I'll have it linked down below, and just listen out to what I say each extended is going to be because it's different. So for each pile we have, or I don't know why I said each pile, we have 3 piles here. And so for pile number 1 we have the Black Tarot with this Angel Aura crystal point. For pile number 2 we have the Gold Foil Tarot with this Black Obsidian Palm Stone. And for pile number 3, we have the Mystic Mondays Tarot with this orange calcite raw crystal. So go ahead and take whatever time you need to tune into which pile you're feeling called to. You may have more than one pile that will resonate for you, and that's completely normal. There is an energy check-in for each pile that's going to go over your subjective experience of this person to really help you guys make sure you feel like you picked the right pile before you invest more time in listening. So I'll have the timestamps linked down below. I'll have the extended readings linked down below, along with any of the decks that I'm using and any personal information. So I hope you guys enjoy this reading. Just a heads up now, if you guys pick pile number 2, I want to give you a disclaimer before we go in, because this pile ends up channeling a future soulmate as a message to you. So it's a little bit not what I expected. So I just want to give you a heads up when you go in so it isn't as confusing with the energy check-in. But anyways, that's what I just want to let you know before we get started. But other than that, I will see you at your pile. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose the Angel Aura Crystal Point in the Black Tarot, this is going to be your reading where we're looking at essentially what truth your person needs to tell you. So whether they're ready or not to speak the truth to you, this reading is going to be looking into what they would reveal to you or tell you if they're being completely honest. So we are going to start off with an energy check-in using tarot, where we're going to be looking at who this person is and how you feel about them, to get a little bit of context behind this connection and to help you figure out if you've picked the right pile with the person that you've had in your mind, or if this is someone else that is coming through. And I would encourage you to listen to this energy check-in to confirm your intuition and to give you an opportunity to choose a different pile if you don't feel like this resonates with a person that you are wanting to hear more about. So Spirit, tap me into pile number 1's energy. How are they feeling and experiencing this connection with this person that we're going to be looking into? Who is this person to pile number 1? What are their current feelings and perspective in regards to this person and this connection? How would they describe this connection? How would they describe this person's energy, actions towards them? Please help pile number 1 confirm that this is the person that they are looking to hear more about. Get one more shuffle and we'll get in. So if you guys can, I would hold the person that you have in mind right now in your head so we can more easily connect to the energy. So for pile number 1, who is this person to pile number 1? How will they know this is their reading? What are their feelings? All right, with the Ace of Cups, we have the 7 of Cups. We have the 10 of Swords. We have the Eight of Wands. Okay, so this is someone that when you met them, there was immediate attraction towards them. I feel like this is someone that you definitely felt very allured by. Like, I feel like you immediately felt drawn to this person. I'm hearing too good to be true, or like there's just a lot of, I don't know if it's lust, but there's sort of a crush feeling or a strong attraction that I feel like could even have had you feeling like you have rose-colored glasses on with this person. I feel like when you met this person felt really promising. You felt like there could definitely be a lot there. I feel like there may have even been quick flirtation or communication between you and this person. It's too many. What else? What is pile number one's experience of their person? We have the Page of Swords. I feel like, yeah, you're very curious about them. I feel like you're in an energy where you're trying to figure this person out. Because with the Seven of Cups, that can be a card about illusions and also not really knowing what you're going to get. So it's like there's all these different cups in front of you. And I feel like you're in this energy of trying to figure this person out. I feel like you may be trying to look at this person's social media. You may be asking about this person, trying to figure out maybe what they want or who they really are. Because it's like you have this attraction towards them, but there's also this feeling of I'm not 100% sure if I really know them, if I really can trust them. But there's potential here is what I'm feeling. And then we have the Empress in reverse, and then also the Seven of Pentacles at the back of the deck. Okay, so I feel like this group, you guys, oh, this is the Emperor in reverse. Sorry about that. I feel like you want to know if this is someone who you could really put your trust in, who you could really trust, protect, and build something with you. I feel like you don't want to get involved with this person if there isn't going to be real investment or if there isn't going to be potential to grow. Like, I feel like you do feel intrigued by them, and I think you are open to getting to know this person more, but I feel like you aren't sure if they're like a player. Are they someone who, you know, comes off really strong in the beginning and then ends up betraying you? I feel like you don't want to be betrayed by this person. I feel like you want to know that they're like legit almost, or actually authentic, because with the Seven of Pentacles, I feel like you guys are looking for long-term investment. You guys want to put your energy towards something that's going to pay off in the long term, and something that isn't just going to lack structure or direction, or something that isn't going to just end up in a dead-end situation. Like, I feel like you guys maybe in your past have learn to have more discernment, and so while you are interested in this person, I feel like you don't want to jump all in right away, but you are curious. You are wanting to know more about this person. You want to know what they're about. You want to know where things could go. Yeah, and with the Three of Wands here in reverse, I feel like there's an energy here of not wanting to get your hopes up and then expecting a lot, and then it kind of just fizzling out and you regretting having put your energy towards it. Yeah, we have the Hermit in reverse here too. So you guys could be coming out of a hermit mode. I feel like you guys are in a self-protective energy as well. I'm going to get a couple of oracle cards, and then we'll get into what truth this person needs to tell you. Like, what's the honest truth of their feelings for you, their situation, anything that they need to kind of be honest with you about that would maybe impact the connection is what we're going to be looking at. But I just want to get a couple more. So what is pile number one's feelings about this person, their subjective energy in regards to this connection? Yeah, we have romance. I feel like there's like a sort of Cupid's arrow. Like, I feel like you've been hit by Cupid's arrow in regards to this person. I feel like you may have a crush on this person. I'm not getting like a super... I feel like you don't know this person to their core yet. So that if that helps you get a clue, but you have your eyes on this person. And you guys have already had some clear indication that there is something there. It's just unclear of where it's going to go right now. What else? Can you give us any more clues? So yeah, this is definitely likely a romantic situation. We have power here. Yeah, and then we also have grief at the back of the deck. So I feel like you want to stay in your power. I feel like you're focused on engaging in romantic relationships, or I feel like you're open to trying to develop that, but I feel like you're also wanting to make sure that you're not giving your power away. by giving too much to someone, by, you know, making your self-worth be based on this person. And with grieve at the back of the deck, you could be grieving something, or you have just grieved something already. So I feel like you are in this place of knowing where your power is, but I feel like you can't help but have some sort of romantic attraction to this person. So it just feels like there's some question marks here, and it's like the rest is still to be written. So that's the situation I'm getting for you guys. If that sounds like your situation, amazing. If not, you might want to check out another pile and see if the energy check-in fits with your situation better. So I'm now going to pull some oracle cards for what truth you need to hear from this person. Like, what would they say to you if they're being completely honest? Yeah, so I'll be right back with those oracles. Okay, so now I am back with a spread here, and this is essentially the truth that you need to hear about this person, or what this person would want you to know about them. And it's really meant to reveal what perspective or lens they're coming from, what energy are they truthfully coming towards you in regards to this connection. So I pulled quite a few cards. I apologize if it's overwhelming. I'm going to go through them. So for what this person's truth that they would tell you, we have serendipity, TikTok. In reverse, we have higher power. We have calm within transformation, endurance. We have the I can't even read it upside down. The mask card here. We have the spy master, knowledge, distrust. We have the sleeper, cause and effect, clarity. We have the founder, communications, community. We have choice. We have protect your heart, inside looking out. We have love grows love with health card and abundance. We also have space clearing. We have the merchant, self-worth and trade with the scorpion. So we have fire energy here, especially. We also have Scorpio though. There's no direct water energy, but Scorpio is coming through pretty strong. And this person's in a very transformational energy as well. So I definitely could see Scorpio, but we have Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. Less Leo, to be honest. I'm getting more Sagittarius and Aries, but take what resonates. We have the Eagle card here, which is our air signs. So we have Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. And then we also have the earth signs. So actually a lot of these cards here with the eagle and the horse card, the horse is literally the master of the earth form, and the eagle's the master of air and water. So this person, it's almost like they're really strong in the three elements. So I feel like this person is very self-assured, has learned a lot of lessons when it comes to their passions. This is a very passionate person. This is also someone who's very intellectual. They're very intelligent, very smart, and they're also oriented towards building stability. This person is also grounded as well, especially in their current energy. I'm going to get into what the truth you may need to hear about them is, and it has to do with their past and where they're at now. But I'm really getting the three suits, excluding water, as what this person's really strong in, or what they may come off like, especially a lot of fiery energy about them. But anyways, we have Saturn's return, age with judgment here. We have fear and the horse. So the truth about this person that they would tell you if they were being completely honest is that they've just gone through an era, I want to say in the past 2 years, where they started realizing that a lot of the people that they had been engaging with, or a lot of the choices they had been making, potentially were actually based off of rose-tinted glasses and sort of illusion. So this person has dealt with tricky people in the past and has trusted in the wrong people. And I feel like they're in an era right now where they're seeing what information they had been sleeping on, and they're realizing, and there is a little bit of an energy where this person has been slighted in the past, where I feel like they put their trust in the wrong people, or they may have even like allowed themselves to get really invested in someone that was just like they were very physically attracted to. They were prone to getting swept off their feet and like super, like they would dive head first into situations. and then later on regret it. And so with this TikTok card in reverse and the Saturn's return, there's an energy here of this person reaching a time in their life where they're realizing that they need to get more serious, they need to get more grounded, and they need to start looking at their past actions with this judgment and they're in this energy of needing to learn from their past mistakes and transform into someone that doesn't make the same mistakes. So this person is coming to you in this energy very much, it's kind of mirroring your energy, especially because it felt like this was someone who you were curious about, but you also don't want to be betrayed by them and you want to see that there would be an investment. And so this person's actually mirroring your energy really strongly, because with this space clearing energy too, I feel like this person has been clearing their energy, letting go of anything that's been clouding their vision, their truth, and they're also getting rid of like negative energies around them. And so it feels like they've been in a bit of a hermit mode as well. So we have protect your heart and inside looking out. And so I feel like this person has been having feelings of feeling like they needed to take some time out, maybe from dating or interacting with people like on that level, because they've needed to go through this transformation. We also have the repopulation card. So I feel like this person's really been in this reinvention time period where miscommunications and poor judgment calls from their past have really been highlighted for them. And it's like they're getting to this point in their life where they're starting to feel like they're missing out on what they've wanted to gain. So I feel like this person does really want to build a strong, grounded relationship and connection and community. I feel like this person does have family values with the founder here, foundations and community. And I feel like they've been going through a time period where they're needing to really look at their values and look at their beliefs and the kinds of people that they're attracted to and ask themselves how they can be the person they need to be in order to build something that's going to last for the long term. That isn't going to be something, because with this serendipity card, I feel like this person has felt like there's been certain people that came into their life and they've been like, oh, this is the one. Like, I feel so drawn to them. There's such like a strong connection here. And then it's like they followed the yellow brick road and it only led them to like a betrayal, or it led them to having the sheet like ripped from underneath them, or like having the rug ripped. And I feel like this person in the past used to be prone to kind of getting their eyes set on a certain person, and instead of having like their values, what they have their eyes on. So for example, they could be like, okay, I really want a person that has family values, someone who's trustworthy, someone who, has this love language, stuff like that. But instead, this person allowed their passions to kind of be who they set their eyes on. And with this Scorpio energy, this person's very passionate. And so when they have their eyes set on someone, I feel like they can get a little bit hyper fixated. And with this higher power here, what this is telling me is that this person has realized that they need to direct their energy towards valuing and building their relationship with their own spirituality and their own. And it may not be that they would say that they're doing that, but it's like instead of putting so much focus on like a certain form, like a certain external form. So for example, like let's say they see someone they're attracted to and it's like, okay, I don't know anything about them spiritually. I don't know their energy yet, but I'm just like, no, I'm like obsessed with them. And it's like this card talks about how like if you obsess over certain things or make certain things your like idol, it kind of talks about how it's important to not idolize certain things and then be manifesting with focus on that, because all you'll get back is more sort of chaotic energy. So it's important to put your intentions towards a more spiritual perspective. And what I mean by that is a less tangible one. Like it's like saying that the person that I'm going to be attracted to, the person I'm going to make a decision towards, like I'm going to really make sure I'm making more careful choices. I'm going to be protecting my heart and not jumping in too quickly to things that seem good on the surface, but on an energetic level, maybe I've been missing red flags because I was so focused on them. So I feel like this person, the Eagle card literally talks about throwing yourself into the fires of karmic transformation. So this person's been going through a time period where they've learned karmic lessons. They've realized that not everyone has their best interest, and it doesn't matter like how beautiful something looks on the outside. It's important that they stay focused with this horse card on their freedom and on their determination to stay grounded in towards whatever goal they have. And it's more of like a spiritual goal rather than, oh, like I want someone that's like attractive or I want this kind of relationship. It's like this person's become more aware of the pitfalls that they've made in the past and the illusions that they've fallen into. And they're determined to start making decisions that are going to contribute to an abundant mentality. And I feel like they've also, if anything, learned how to hold back with this inside looking out, how to hold themselves back from jumping onto like the first opportunity. And they've really been focused on making wiser choices. So this person's also in a very discerning energy towards you. And I feel like with this mending card at the back of the deck, yeah, we also have why underneath. This person's really been getting clear on their why. Like, what's their intention? Is there any like this person's been asking themselves, like, what from my past has caused me to prioritize and chase after the wrong things? And so my intention and my why isn't really rooted in like love. It's more rooted in maybe ego or insecurities. And so I feel like this person's actually really been doing a lot of work on that. Also, I think this person, a big focus has been on self, and a big focus has been on their own health and making good choices for themselves, not self-sabotaging either. This person used to be potentially prone to self-sabotage or making decisions where they let like their illusions or their emotions kind of control them, or their passions even, their passion especially. This person maybe even had like an addictive personality. It's not saying it was with substance, but it may have just been towards certain people, or like they may have just been hard. It may have been hard for them to control their actions sometimes. And I feel like this person's been working on their willpower. And I'm getting the Chariot with this horse here and like the 7, and this energy of like remaining inwardly free, like not letting yourself be ruled by desire, like fruitless desires, or just, yeah, like being in this energy of wanting so much that you don't have control over yourself, and you make decisions that actually harm yourself and potentially others. So with this Judgment card, this person's having like a wake-up call. They're stepping into maturity. They're realizing that they need to start making decisions that are for the long term, and they need to start building more slowly. And yeah, with the health and the horse, I'm getting healthy as a horse. Like they've been realizing how important their physical health is, and also their spiritual health. There's an energy here where this person's been integrating. It's come through in 2 cards where it's like this person's really been mastering this spiritual energy and being grounded in that energy as well. So it's like this person is really developing, and they are coming through with a more masculine energy, and I feel like this person is advancing. And I feel like they're developing their masculine energy. So I feel like when it comes to you, this person has been protecting their heart, and so they are going to have their walls up, and they have been silently transforming. And so there is an energy of this person being careful about what they self-disclose to you as well. It's like this person is really like hyper vigilant on a level to making sure they don't share too much, making sure they don't invest too much before there's a solid foundation already built. So if you're looking, I'm hearing this song now, Fallen in Love, the Joji, if you've been waiting for falling in love, you don't have to wait on me. I think it says that was off tune, but I think this person does have an open heart with love grows love here. This person is a lover. This person is very passionate. And I also heard the song that it came through really loud and clear, but I feel like this person tends to get crushes. And so the song that came through was the song Trouble, which is such a throwback, but it's like, I'm in trouble, I'm an addict, I'm addicted to this girl, she's got my heart tied in a knot, and my stomach in a whirl. I can't stop. Like, so this person gets into this obsessive energy, like they get obsessed with people, and that can kind of get them off their path, or can kind of cause them to forget maybe their long-term goals. Maybe it causes them to forget to take care of themselves. Like this person is balancing out that energy though. So I think this person does have a crush on you, because that song came through so loudly, but they're really trying. And I'm even getting like, I'm seeing someone like being like, slow down horsey. Like I'm seeing like a neigh situation, or like, you know, how horses can get like that. It's like settle down horsey. Like that's how this person is that's this person's truth towards you, is that they are very interested. They have a lot from their past that they're learning from and integrating and trying to leave behind. They feel like a little bit of a pressure on them right now, given like with Saturn return in the clock. Like this person is doing their best to trust in divine timing, to trust that the right person will be there for them when they're meant to. So this person's at least allowed themselves to take some time out of like chasing relationships and stuff like that. But I do feel like this person at the back of their mind, they really do want to settle down. Like I feel like they do want to build something long-term with someone. But they've been learning more about self-sufficiency, and they've been learning to not be so like desperate almost. It's like this person used to maybe feel like somewhat desperate for people. And I feel like this person's been working on their own self-sufficiency, making sure that they're focusing on themselves before they're just so like ready to give their love to someone else. Yeah, so let's see what would they tell you if they're being completely honest, especially in regards to the connection with you. And then for the extended reading, we're going to be looking at how this person views you. Like, what do they think of you? How do they view you as a person? What's their perspective on you? And then we're going to be looking at what they want. Like, what are their intentions? What are they hoping to what do they want to happen in this situation? So if you guys want to see that, I'll have it linked down below in the timestamps. But for now, let's continue. So for pile number one, what is pile number one's what truth is important for pile number one to hear? What would they say if they're being completely honest? We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Four of Cups in reverse. We have the Three of Wands in reverse. We have the Eight of Swords in reverse. We have the Lovers also in the reverse. And then we have Strength and Judgment. Wow. Yeah, so this is just very, I'm going to put, and then we have the Three of Swords and then the Nine of Pentacles at the back of the deck. So what this person would tell you is that it's really reiterating what we were just talking about, but it's almost like this person just wants you to know where they're at in regards to relationships, what their orientation is right now. Because with the Three of Swords here, this person has had their heart broken and they are processing pain from the past. And they are processing how they got themselves stuck in certain situations and how that caused a lack of progress in their relationships. And with this Eight of Cups or Eight of Swords in reverse, it's like this person used to kind of trap themselves in situations. So with the Nine of Pentacles, again, this person's really been focused on their freedom because we have defeat underneath. I feel like this person has felt, and grieve. Wow. So it's like this person has been wanting to become more self-sufficient to a point where they're not at this energy where they're just so emotionally dependent on their partner or so focused on them that they're not focused on themselves. And I feel like with the Knight of Pentacles here and the Strength card, this person's really been working on taming their inner lion. Like this person's been working through their fears. And with the Knight of Pentacles, this person's really been focused on their stability, on making steady effort that progresses over time. So this person wants you to know that's what they would be in the relationship for. But they do want to tell you that their independence is something that they are really protecting right now. And they are developing it. So if you're in that energy also, I feel like that would be good. But I feel like this person is learning to not try to fill the void with this like Four of Cups in reverse, like fill the emotional void with love. And it's like if this person is feeling emotionally unsatisfied in their life, they're trying to focus on themselves and ask them what they need to develop within themselves or within their life to make them more satisfied instead of relying on love and coming to love from this place of fear and insecurity and feeling empty. It's like this person used to come to relationships for that. And I feel like they also used to get really trapped in situations, especially if there was more manipulative people. But this person's in this time period of complete honesty about their path and honest reflection of their path. They know what they need to do better and they know what they're not willing to get involved with. And they also know what they're not willing to entertain. This person's on the lookout for red flags, and they're also on the lookout for them getting into this energy where they maybe feel bored or something. And like this person, maybe in the past, if they were bored, they maybe would like fixate on someone or try to like fill that void with someone else. And it's like this person's working on fulfilling themselves first. And they're also trying to free themselves from any self-limiting beliefs that they've had in regards to love that have caused them to make decisions in love that wasn't the most loving choice for themselves. I feel like this person has made a lot of decisions that actually sabotage themselves is what I'm getting. Like maybe this person even has been treated poorly by certain people and then like gone back to them. there's kind of an energy where this person just does things that are bad for themselves because they'd rather do that than be alone. And so this person is just realizing how their own progression has really stemmed from this self-limiting place, and this place where they aren't taking charge of their life. Like, their own heartbreak has also been caused by their lack of being in control of their life. It's like this person maybe wanted other people to make decisions for them, or they maybe would let other people control them, or because they were so addicted to someone's energy, they maybe would like let themselves, they would almost like kind of enjoy the feeling of heartbreak. Like, this person used to maybe subconsciously feel comfortable in when people treated them poorly, or they would kind of look for situations that were going to be unstable because it brought like emotional content to their life. But they're realizing that they want to get over their fears of like boredom and moving slowly. It's like this person's realizing that they need to build themselves up slowly, that instead of, even on days that they don't feel like as good mentally, like they're working on just going through the motions, like still working out that day, still hanging out with friends, still doing whatever they need to do to like nourish themselves and build themselves up to be the kind of person that is self-assured and able to make the right decisions for themselves and other people in love. And they're working on getting to the root of what they're dissatisfied with in their life and how they really want their life to progress. And they're processing their pain so it no longer keeps happening the same way. It's like this person has had a wake-up call with this judgment to come to a higher level of consciousness about their past. And this person would tell you that they're really in their they're in an independent energy. They want other people around them that are similar to that have a lot of integrity. This person's working on their integrity, and they only want people around them who have the right intentions and the right integrity. I do think this person would maybe take some time to fully open up, but this person at heart is a lover. And I feel like if this person has been making a lot of progress, it may be that this opportunity with you is honestly like their first like repopulation moment. Like, they may, because they've been working on themselves and they've been realizing that everything around them is these rotten apple cores, I do feel like they've been doing the work to draw in someone that's going to match their energy. So if you feel like this is your energy too, I feel like this could really be a beautiful connection. So yeah, so I'm going to take it into the extended now, where we're going to look at how this person views you. What do they think of you? How do they feel about you? And then we'll be looking at what they're hoping to happen in this connection. What do they want from the connection? And then we'll get just a couple of cards for advice for you on this connection. So I'll have that link down below, but this is what I have for the YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me here. I really enjoyed doing this reading. And if you got anything from it, it'd be amazing if you're able to hit the like button, if you're able to leave a comment. I really appreciate your guys' feedback so much. Every single person that comments, I appreciate it. And if you guys want to see more love and guidance readings or just fun readings about yourself, I would love for you to join the community and subscribe so you're able to see future readings from this channel. But other than that, I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope you're doing well, and I'm sending you lots of love. Hello, pile number 2. If you chose the gold foil tarot and this black tourmaline palm stone, this is going to be your reading where we're looking at what truth it's time for you to hear from this person. So before we get into that, I do want to figure out who this person is to you. We're going to be looking at your subjective feelings about this person and your perspective of the relationship, just so I can help confirm for you that you've picked the right pile, that you know who this is, and it's a reading you want to listen to. So if this does resonate, amazing. But if not, I'm doing the same energy check-in for all of the other piles. So don't force anything to fit that doesn't feel right to you. So this energy check-in, Spirit, please have me into pile number 2's energy. Did I say pile number 1? I don't know why I feel like I did. Please tune me into pile number 2's subjective perspective of this connection that we're going to be looking deeper into. How do they view this person, this relationship? What can you reveal to them that will help them feel confident that this is their pile? What is pile number 2's perspective? I'm going to do 2 more shuffles. This deck is so fun to shuffle. So flimsy in a good way, though. Okay. Pile number 2, Spirit. Reveal to us a confirmation of who this person is. What's pile number 2's feelings, perspective here? We have the 2 of Wands. We have the 3 of Cups. We have the Queen of Swords. I just want to say, I feel like the collective of people watching have really been progressing recently. Like, I'm getting so much more, like, empowered energy from my piles, which is just great to see. Let's get some more, though. We have the 4 of Cups. What's pile number 2's subjective perspective here? We have the 10 of Cups. And the 2 of Pentacles in reverse, and then Judgment in reverse here. Interesting. Okay. So I feel like this group is focused right now on moving forward and manifesting a happy future, which I feel like we all are, but there's an energy here of kind of coming out of a time period potentially where you felt a little bit complacent or emotionally unavailable, maybe emotionally closed off even. And I feel like you're kind of coming out of that, and I see you really thinking about your future. I feel like you've allowed yourself to become more social, or maybe for a time period you guys were taking relationships less seriously. Like maybe you were just kind of dating for fun, or I don't know, going out, like meeting people, but like maybe there wasn't a really strong emotional connection that you've been feeling. But with the 10 of Cups here, I feel like you are starting to discern more about your future and maybe wanting to develop a long-term emotional connection. With the 2 of Pentacles in reverse, it makes me feel like you're starting to be more honest with yourself and more discerning about what your priorities are and what you do want to prioritize. You guys may have been really busy recently, or just had a lot going on, like a lot of social life, or just like a lot of distractions. But I feel like you're trying to see through the clouds of like what has been going on in your life and start to get really honest with yourself about what you want. I feel like this group is a little bit independent in their energy, I would say. Like it's almost like, so with this connection, I'm not exactly 100% sure who it is yet. But with Judgment in reverse, I feel like you may have been in a time period where there's been like some spiritual amnesia, where like you maybe haven't been super clear about what you want, or like super aware of like what actions you're taking. So it's like when we have a certain outcome that we want and we become really directed in achieving that, we restructure our whole life so we make sure we're prioritizing things that are important to us and things that bring us long-term happiness. But for some time, you guys may have just been kind of like going through the motions or not taking things too seriously. And I feel like you're almost getting to a point where you're starting to think, okay, like, let me think long-term now for my future. Like, what do I actually want? Like, do I want something more serious? Like, do I want to start engaging in connections at a deeper level? Like, I feel like I've been a little bit unavailable, and kind of just staying afloat in your life. So that's interesting. I want to see, why is the 3 of Cups here? Oops. Why is the 3 of Cups here? We have the 6 of Cups. Yeah. I don't know. So this may be someone that you're more friends with, or it could be someone that you share a friend group with. It could be someone that there's a sense of familiarity with this person and a sense of like friendship potentially. I want to see, why is the 4 of Cups here? There's a sense of familiarity. We have the 7 of Swords. Yeah, there's an energy here of not being super excited maybe, or I don't know, you may be wanting to break out of what's been familiar around you. You guys may be wanting more adventure in your life or more exciting times. Like, I feel like you're kind of over a certain way that you've been interacting in relationships, because this feels so much less focused on one particular person. But we are going to be honing in on a person. So I don't know. Maybe you guys just came to this reading without a certain person in mind. Why is the Two of Pentacles in reverse? We have the Devil in reverse. Yeah, I feel like you've been maybe prioritizing certain things that were just for like the moment. You may have been putting short-term gratification over long-term gratification, and it may be that you've kind of been in a comfort zone for a while, maybe doing what's easier, not being too sure of what you really want emotionally. And it may have been that you've been kind of hiding your feelings for this person. I wonder if the Queen of Swords is the other person's energy. Let's clarify. Why is the Queen of Swords here? We have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, I don't know. There's an energy here where it's almost like in this situation, you're kind of considering clarifying your goals, and maybe instead of doing what's familiar yet kind of limiting, or it's maybe limiting what you're able to. I feel like your growth and expansion has been slower recently, and I feel like it's putting you in this energy where you're getting real with yourself, and you're asking yourself, like, what do I want to dedicate myself to? Like, what really matters to me? Why is the Judgment card in reverse? And you may have been on autopilot. Like, I'm getting kind of like an autopilot indifferent energy. Why is the Judgment in reverse? We have the Tower and Tower card here. I don't know. There could be something here where it may be that you kind of feel like there's underlying, I feel like there isn't a lot of clarity between whoever you're focused on. It may be that there's like this energy of, do we even know each other, or are we even building something real? Like, I feel like there's been this energy where you haven't been fully discerning whether or not what you're putting your energy towards is something that's based on a strong foundation, based on something that's like really honest. Yeah, it may be that you guys have been more playing the field or something. Like, I can't tell if that's the energy I'm getting, or if it's like you haven't been being honest with yourself about the things, about the people in your life, or like maybe certain flings you've had or a certain person in mind. It may be that a part of you's been not really wanting to look deeper into the foundation of it and really ask yourself if this is balanced, if this is something that is gonna be able to grow for the long term. Like, there just could have been more of a focus on lighthearted energy. So maybe this is someone that you like haven't been super serious about, but maybe you're just wanting clarity on it. Why is the Two of Wands here? The King of Wands. Yeah, it's like a lack of vision is what I'm getting. It's like, and the Fool in reverse. Yeah, it's like maybe there's been a time period where you haven't really known what you want. Like, you don't really know what you want. You don't really know what you want to build, what your vision is, like how you want to expand in your life. There's an energy of sort of feeling uninspired, or feeling like there's a need for fresh energy in your life, like maybe a new path or something. And it could even be with the Seven of Swords, like you maybe not being 100% honest with yourself and how you're feeling, or maybe not even, like, you may have more superficial connections around you, but maybe there's a sense of familiarity to them. You may be feeling stagnant as well, kind of just like, I don't know, like settling for a level of connection in your life right now that isn't super deep or honest or intentional. Like, I feel like you're realizing maybe you want to be more intentional, or maybe you're just kind of feeling like bleh, or like uninterested in things, and you don't know why. Like, you're lacking that like passion or fire right now. You could just be feeling stagnant even in certain connections that you're in. Yeah, so that's the energy I'm getting. I want to see, like, what, I'm going to clarify with a couple oracles. I didn't mean for this to go on so long, but I just had to figure this out. I'm kind of getting this energy of like being invested in connections that are familiar, but also don't really challenge you or push you to grow. Like maybe staying with what's familiar, but not inspired by that. Not really taking risks either. Like maybe playing your cards close to your chest in relationships. Maybe a sense that things are gonna fall apart or something, or like maybe a sense of like uncertainty for the future, or like where you're really headed, like what's your vision. Can we clarify this with some oracles? I actually don't need, I'm going to use this deck. I feel like this one would be better. I feel like there's a little bit of an inner disconnect right now about like how, like what needs to change in your life. Like maybe a feeling of boredom here, complacency. Can we clarify this energy for pile number 2? We have cornucopia. We have under a spell. We have the one who needs to control, and then we also have can't be caught. And then the hold. Yeah, so maybe there's a certain person in your life that you have hopes for or something. You may feel like you're not seeing things super clearly. With the hold here, I feel like it could even be that there's a need for change in your life or new opportunities, but it may be that you're kind of feeling complacent within sort of a dead end energy, or like it may even be that, I don't know, like it's kind of a confusing energy. I'm not going to lie. Like maybe you guys can let me know down below, but you may have had your eyes set on things that you don't even know if there's substantial abundance to be had there. Like, I feel like you've been seeing things more at face value. I feel like you may have been pushing a lot of people away too. You may have been very, like with the one who needs to control, there may be even a level of like a lack of trust to just be vulnerable with people. You may feel like you can't really just let go and be open to like adventure, you know. It may even be that you're kind of blocking off other people from you too, because we have stayed back. So I don't know, maybe that you're very protective of yourself right now, or just like not super emotionally available. I'm very curious to see what comes through in regards to your person and what truth needs to be shared with you about them, but I'm going to pull the cards for that right now and I'll be right back. Okay, so pile number 2, this is actually a very interesting message. And I feel like the source of this message is actually potentially a future soulmate, which is so interesting. This has never happened before, but I feel like it helps me understand why it was so hard to pinpoint who you're focused on, because I feel like if anything, there's sort of there's someone here. So either this could be a spirit guide, but I'm really getting that this is someone who knows you at a soul level. And I feel like it's some future opportunity in love for you that's coming through. This is like a future person whose higher self wants to come through to help to guide you to get through your energy right now and to begin to be open to a new potential, I think, with them. So either this is literally your future person's higher self coming through, which I feel like it is, or it's a spirit guide coming through to guide you to a new soulmate. But I am getting, since I did want this to be from a person, this is someone whose higher self has been watching over you, who is a soulmate and someone you've had past lives with, and someone that you have destiny to meet in your life. And so this almost feels like, if anything, a reading that's meant to encourage you to open your mind to the fact that your story is still going to unfold and there's still more to come. And it's like this person has advice for your current situation, has an honest message to give you about your current circumstances and what they want you to know about them. So for this energy, we got the turtle, the phoenix, the crow, and the panther. We have the Ace of Cups, we have the water element, we have a leg up, we have happy family, the third chakra, attachment, magician in the mirror. We have North Node, life's purpose, with the 10 of Cups. We have divine masculine energy, and we have this deep sleep card. We have 12, calm within transformation, rainbow transference, the one who needs to control, and the one who hides the sun. So this person, this soulmate, wants to come through to tell you that what you're experiencing right now is natural, and it's a natural part of your journey. And although they recognize that it is a frustrating place to be, they want to just tell you how right now it's hard for you to see the future. It feels like your intuition is a little bit blocked, and they want to tell you that. They want to tell you that your intuition right now is a little bit blocked, and everything around you right now is meant to be sort of out of alignment, because you're meant to go on a journey soon. You're meant to you're meant to broaden your horizons. And so what this person wants to tell you is that certain attachments right now, and literally everything we talked about in the energy check-in, it's like this person's aware of that from a higher place, like from a higher perspective. This person's higher self is watching you and is wanting to guide you, and it is seeing how the attachments you have to what's familiar is making you not really see your potential, not really see. It's blocking your inspiration, and it's also blocking your it's this energy where this person's higher self is telling you that don't continue to settle. It's time to purge out, with this Panther energy, what is no longer serving you, what's unnecessary. And it talks about allowing for the surrender of what needs to be let go of. And the Panther and this Phoenix energy is connected to the root chakra. And so there's this feeling of you being attached to certain people, like community, friend groups, places, family, that are rooted in your sort of South Node energy. And there's a sense of living unconsciously there. So it's almost like it's almost like attractive to just kind of stay asleep in that energy that's familiar, because it's at least safe, but it also isn't fulfilling. And so there's an energy here of spirit, or this person wanting you to wake up and recognize that this isn't where your story ends. And this is in utero is what I'm hearing. This is a time period of transformation for you. And it's normal to feel the need to kind of not connect too much with anyone. It's because the people around you are not meant to be in your life. You haven't yet come across the opportunity, or you may be unconsciously blocking off decisions, opportunities for your life to become more purposeful. And there's so much energy here. It's like, I want to read some of it to you just because it was such an insane confirmation of what we were talking about in the energy check-in. I'll just highlight a few, and I've gotten a lot of feedback on my reading. I'll try to read slower. And also I've gotten a comment saying that it's not okay for people to read from the book, but I don't agree with that. I think that sometimes the book is so fun to show you guys, because it's crazy how the intuitive energy comes through tarot and it's just confirmed. And I just like want to bring you guys through the craziness of that, like, because it was crazy for me when I read it. But it says, the purpose of our lives is to be happy. And I love that statement for this group, because I feel like there's an energy here of not being satisfied, not being really emotionally fulfilled, but also not really being open to exploring how you could shift that. And so it talks about how there's an energy. So this is what it says. It says, this is a time period where destiny has a place in your situation. Though you may, through many life lessons, you're about to arrive at a place for your highest good. Your life is expanding and opportunities pour in swiftly, catching you quite by surprise. It could also represent past life memories and karmic connections. And so it says the North Node points us in the area for us best to direct our talents and our wills. And so with 21 here, you're basically in a stage of finishing up a cycle. And with Judgment in reverse, that for your energy, it's like it's time for you to process the lessons of your journey and to realize that yes, it's all coming to a close, but a new chapter is about to begin. And it's about being willing to look honestly at the truth of what this past cycle taught you and throw yourself into the fire of transformation. And it's time with this turtle card. It literally talks about how as you flow through life, you have all these experiences, and so you become like a storyteller. But it talks about how at some point you close the book to every other chapter of your life, and you start writing the best story, which is one where you follow your deeper truth. It's time to tell your true tale. That's what it says. So all other doors close, and that's happening for a reason. You're meant to be isolated or unfulfilled right now because you're about to close the chapter and walk into a new time period where you're going to meet your soul family. You're going to start meeting soulmates. You're going to start stepping into your purpose. But I feel like you're at this time period where you're right before that. Like you're in the void. So this person wants you to know that. And with this, I want to read you what you're about to come upon as you go through this transformation and as you begin to stop feeling the need to control out of fear, stop feeling the need to keep things similar or hold things together that aren't really working. It says, you found the magic connection. You found the reason you're not a solitary being on this earth, and that is to share your magic with others. You found your inner power to make beauty in all forms on this plane of existence. You have the gift of being able to share it with others and also receive this from others. Since the time we incarnate, it's within us. Our magic, our knowledge, our rainbows. Being able to communicate and show this otherworldly treasure is not as easy as just feeling it or knowing it's there. You have the power to fully bless others by showering your rainbow light on them, letting them feel the full balance of the spectrum of this lifetime. Each and every color has its purpose, place, and time, and each color is being connected. So it's a time for you to assimilate your journey, and it's a time for you to integrate the wisdom of your experiences and to see the deeper purpose for them and to get unstuck from your familiar sort of karmic dynamics that you've been in. And it's time to take more control in your life and to expand your vision. So this person wants you to know that your attachments to the familiarity, and I also want to read you 20 because it's very relevant. So the 20 card says, whoa, where to begin? This way of being isn't helping anyone. Fear can cause us to try to control ourselves, others, and our past. What this obsessive energy does is make us more stuck than we were before we were even more afraid. So it's like this stuckness and this fear energy this person wants to help you with. So it says, take a breath, you're going to be okay. I know it's hard, but when we release our fists, we give way to letting life wash over us and we can be free. The need to control is closely followed by disappointment. When things don't go our way, what does that mean? What is our way? And how has that changed from 10 years ago? And so it's time to redefine what you really want and to let go of the fears that hold you back from taking steps towards that. It says, what were your goals and desires then? Things change so much. We can't predict what will make us truly happy until we try new things. And sometimes the best of those new experiences are happy accidents. Palms up, hands open, receive all the wonders waiting for you. And the Ace of Cups in this water suit is telling you to just surrender and flow through this current state that you're in. This water card talks about how it's time to be in a surrendered state, but not in a complacent energy. It's time to channel that water energy of flow into allowing for change and allowing yourself to be open to new avenues. And we also have the 3 of Wands card, which is about expansion. You're meant to expand your horizons. I feel like there could be travel that this person is wanting you to be open to. This person's wanting you to be open to what's new and unfamiliar. So we have, and to have faith that there's more excitement to be had. And so it says obstacles are being lifted. It says destiny, fate, and karma. So there's a lot of, you're about to find your purpose. So don't give up is what this soulmate wants you to know. It says, let me just find, there's a paragraph that's really good. So it says, with this card, it's time to consider your impending plans in the broadest terms. It means you'll have to go outside of your ordinary life to achieve your goals. Long distance travels, journeys, and voyages to unknown places may figure into your question. It says, it's time to broaden your view. It says the most mundane, there was one more I want to see. So it says, usually when this card appears, the reason for it is knowledge or for broadening of understanding. There will be a desire to visit places or of arcane wisdom and knowledge where you expect I'm not even going to read the rest of that. It says the journey will be an uncharted one. The journey will be one of deep, mysterious exploration. It says there'll be a longing to connect with something greater than the individual self. Occasionally, this card indicates a temporary disconnect from close family, where you depart from the known life into another as a seeker. And so it's basically saying that your next step, this person wants to come through to encourage you to be open to this next part of your journey and to remember that you're not meant to just be alone. And sometimes keeping people at arm's length or being afraid of change can be a way that we're trying to maintain control. And I feel like Spirit's saying that you don't have to do everything on your own. And I feel like some of the conclusions that you've come to due to certain circumstances you've experienced have led you to internalize certain ideas like, you know, I'll be single forever, or there'll never be anyone who truly understands me. I'll always have these kind of connections that don't really go anywhere. So like, what's the point in trying? This person's coming through to say there's so many people on your future path who are gonna light you up inside, who are gonna show you a new realm, a new way of being. And I feel like this journey, this person wants you to know that the journey you're gonna go on is one where it's about the individual. It's time to break away from certain things that brought you security or your sense of self. And it's time to define your sense of self truly from within. And so that will make you more able to let go of what's familiar. It's time to let go of the things that just keep us in stuck patterns. And it's time to open the door to your new story, is what I'm hearing. And with go the distance here, I love this because it's saying like, you're about to go, it's time to invest yourself in the long haul, in the long vision. And you're about to, if you're open to it, you're going to meet new people that are going to open your mind to new potentials. And you're going to be inspired again. But what's required first is for you to integrate your past experiences and clarify what's no longer serving you, what's keeping you stagnant. Let go of the situations that just don't have the potential to make you happy, or situations that are lukewarm, like fair weather friends or people that just you keep around just because you always have, you know. But there's this energy of it's time to write your authentic journey. And as you become more secure in journeying, and like as you become more secure in yourself, more secure in standing alone, it's gonna open up your confidence in yourself. And it's like the more you heal like root chakra fears that maybe block you from being more free-spirited, the more you let go of attachments that are just keeping you stuck but like maybe bring a immediate gratification. It's time to step away from things that we have seen only give us immediate gratification and to set your sights on a broader vision. And it's time to take control of your life. And it's time to let go of the things that we keep around because they make us feel safe. And it's time to face the fears with the Phoenix card. This Phoenix card is all about integrating your past karma and no longer running away from your fears, no longer running away from what's happened in your life. And it's time to integrate your past, present, and future. Because I feel like there's an energy here of maybe feeling like it's too painful or depressing to like really process everything that's happened. And I feel like it's this energy of depression almost. And I'm not saying you guys are depressed, but that's what it reminds me of, is when certain things have happened in our past to a point where we're no longer excited about the future. We no longer think the future will be better than the past. But this crow energy is the integrator of the past, present, and future. And what this person is asking you to do is open up your mentality to take the risk to let go of what's holding you back. Let go of the things, do the thing you're most afraid of, is like what this energy is. And we have clean it up here. It's time to clean up stale energy. It's time to separate yourself from people who aren't meeting your needs, people who you don't feel like you can be honest with. It's time to separate yourself from other people and really start defining where you begin and other people begin, and really differentiate yourself. Yeah, and with the Treasure Island here, it's this energy of no longer just admitting defeat or just feeling like this is where your story ends. It's about realizing that your biggest blessings are awaiting you and they're gonna come in, and it's about making sure you're open to receive them, because you could miss certain opportunities, and maybe you already have with the Four of Cups here. So this person is just wanting to give you a wake-up call that It's time to direct yourself. It's time to step into your masculine energy, step into your sense of self and security, and really be daring enough to say no to what isn't really fulfilling you. Because when it comes to manifestation, like when we're feeling unhappy, let's say we tell ourselves that we want to manifest like our dream career. What this person is wanting to tell you is that first off, you have to first be honest with yourself that you're not actually satisfied. So that could even be a thing with judgment in reverse, that maybe you're not being honest with yourself about how you're truly feeling about your current circumstances. The first step is coming out of denial that there's something off. The second step is facing your fear of stepping into the unknown, facing your fear of no longer settling, facing your fear of scarcity. Because sometimes when we don't believe in abundance and we don't feel secure in ourselves, we'll hold on to certain things that don't really fulfill us because we think it's better than nothing. But what that does is it just makes it so there's no room for what actually would fulfill us to come in. So the second step is facing your fears of letting go of what's unnecessary. Acknowledging you do have a fear of that, and acknowledging that that's the reason why you're feeling complacent, why you're feeling stuck. It's because there's a need to address the fear of letting go. And it's almost like that fear of not really wanting to admit to yourself that you're no longer happy in your relationship, that you're no longer happy in a job, because then you have to find a new job. You have to find a new relationship. And sometimes that can just feel overwhelming. But what Spirit's wanting you to do is just like, in this person is wanting, because I feel like this person's going to meet you on your path, and you're going to be so glad that you had the courage to step away from these attachments and this need to control the outcome. And this person wants you to open up to the flow of life and trust that it'll be easier than you imagine, and things will come in so much faster than you think as soon as you're just willing to shift the energy. And so it's about not being afraid of the void. It's about trusting that the void is okay. It's better to be in the void state than holding on to things that are actively keeping you stuck. The void state is a place where we are open to creation, and that's where the magician in the mirror is. That's where you get to really clarify what you want, and you're on this clean slate. You have all this potential energy. So it's time to pull your energy away from things that are just draining you and preventing you from creating something better. So it's like, if you know a person that you're romantically involved with isn't the one, then move on. It's time to just address that. If there's friends around you who don't really see you, don't really support you, but like I guess it's nice to have someone to go to dinner with, it's time to pick being alone over pick being with people that are not for you. If you're in a career that has been unfulfilling and just like it's getting really boring, it's the same thing over and over, but a part of you doesn't know what else you would do, it's that the first step to getting to a happier reality is admitting that this isn't it. And then it's facing the fear of admitting that this isn't it. And it's facing the fear of what you have to do. The fact that your responsibility for your happiness is in your own hands, and only you can tell yourself what makes you happy. And so it's about no longer doing what maybe looks better or what's easier. It's about going for the harder path that's going to be more fulfilling. That's that Two of Wands energy too. So yeah, so I'm just seeing that this is a potential future person, if anything. So let's see what else they want to tell you with tarot. And I'm also hearing you won't have to do it alone, but there is a need to there is a need to step into your power and step into your purpose. That's the divine masculine energy. It's the builder. It's time to start building. It's time to wake up and see what your intuition's been telling you for way too long, that your logic has been, or your fears have been blocking you from seeing. It's that energy of self-sabotage and realizing that sometimes because we're so afraid of change or we're so afraid of the unknown, we hold ourselves back from our highest potential. Yeah. All right. What other messages does this person's higher self have for pile number 2? We have the Four of Wands. We have the Ace of Swords. Yeah, it's time to get clarity that a certain community or foundation is not serving you. is not actually what it seems to be. It's time, Ace of Swords, it's time to get so clear. It's time to have a mental epiphany about your foundation and about the cracks in your foundation. We have the King of Swords in the reverse. What else for pile number 2? We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Seven of Cups. Yeah, I'm feeling this energy. And we have the High Priestess. Oh my gosh, yes. And the Empress at the back of the deck. I freaking love that. Okay, so what this energy is telling you is it's about, this person is wanting you to see who you are, wanting you to see your power and wanting you to see your worthiness. And so I feel like there's a sense of worthiness here, that it's like the more you're able to claim your worthiness and what you deserve, the less that you'll feel like you need the support of other people or like a certain foundation. It's like you need to become your own home. You don't need to do anything, but this person is encouraging you to recognize that you are safe and you can be stable and you can make it on your own, and you don't need to sacrifice what you really want in order to maintain this sense of like familiarity or family. It's about realizing you have everything within you that you need. And when you really are able to live in your own authentic security, I'm seeing this card in this deck. I wonder if I can find it. It's like at home within the self. There's an energy here where it's like the more at home you allow yourself to be, the more grounded you allow yourself to be, the more clearly it's going to be what you actually want. And I feel like right now there's this confusion about what you really want with the Seven of Cups. There's a lot of illusion and there's options in front of you, and it's almost this indifferent energy, like I don't know what I want. And it's because there's a need to listen to your intuition. Spirit's calling you to allow yourself to make decisions based on what feels right to you. That's how you'll know it's right. And with the King of Swords in reverse, it's about not being overly skeptical or not being overly logical about things. It's like, it's about throwing logic into the wind and not doing what is the most... I'm seeing this other card from a deck that says, I forgive myself for allowing myself to stay in situations that I knew intuitively felt wrong to me because it seemed like the most practical thing to do. It's about saying F practicality. You will receive and call abundance into yourself as you see your worth and as you see that you can trust your intuition. It's time to get in touch with your intuition. And the more in touch you get with your intuition, the more easy it's going to be to get out of this stagnancy and to start actually knowing what's going to lead you to long-term fulfillment. What can you actually go the distance with? If it's something you can't go the distance with and you already intuitively know that, don't let your intellect talk you out of what you intuitively know. I feel like there's a need to not gaslight yourself, or there's a need to trust what you feel, because your feelings already have the answers, is what this person's telling you. And it's just time to let your intuition be right. Yeah, we have Death in reverse. What do we need to let go of? Queen of Cups in reverse. Where are you not emotionally fulfilled? It's time to take control. To recognize you have enough, to recognize you're safe enough to do that. And you will find the community that supports you the more you listen to your intuition, the more authentic you can be with your intuition, your feelings, the more you'll be able to externally embody your authentic self instead of a self that does what they think they should do or does what they think is going to be easier or safe or more comfortable. It's time to break out of that is really what this person is wanting to tell you. So I'm trying to think for the extended, because I feel like I'm going to have to modify it for this group, because for the extended in the other group, we looked at how this person views you. But I feel like because this may be someone you haven't met, I want to look at what is the future of this relationship with this higher self, with this, what's your next soulmate relationship going to look like? Who is that person? We're going to be looking at who your next soulmate is, what you have to look forward to, and what the connection is going to be like. And then further guidance on how you can align with your highest potential for a soulmate. Because I feel like you have this soulmate that wants to come in. So we're going to be looking at who that is, what your relationship's going to be like for the extended. So a little different than palm number 1, but If you guys are curious about that, I'll have it linked down below. And other than that, this is what I have for this part of the reading. If you guys found value in it, I would really appreciate if you have an extra second to hit the like button, to leave a comment. I read all of your guys' comment and I do appreciate them. And I'm getting like another download about this. This person is like really wanting me to tell you, like, surrender to the void. Surrender, even if it's uncomfortable, even if you don't know what's coming next. Don't keep busy with things that don't really fulfill you, that are superficial. It's not time for superficial things that are just going to distract you from the transformation that needs to occur. But anyways, sorry, that just came through. But if you guys want to see more love and guidance readings, I would love for you to join the community and subscribe so you're able to see future pick a cards from this channel. So that's what I'm seeing, and I hope you guys are doing well. I'm sending you guys lots of love, and I will see some of you at the extended. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the Mystic Mondays Tarot with this orange calcite raw crystal, then this is your reading where we're looking at what is the honest truth of this person's message for you, is what I'd want to say. So what do you need to know about this person? What would they tell you if they were being completely honest? So it could be anything that is about the relationship, about their feelings for you, or it could be what's going on in their life and how that impacts the relationship. I'm going to leave it pretty open. For pile number 2, it literally came through as a future soulmate that wanted to give a message to them. So that didn't happen in pile number 1, but I just wanted to say how open I do leave it. But we are going to be doing an energy check-in where we're going to be looking at what is your subjective understanding of this person and this connection? Where are you at right now in regards to this? How do you view the relationship? And hopefully that will help you guys figure out whether or not you picked the right pile. Help you figure out exactly who this person is, and give you the opportunity to choose a different pile if you don't feel like this resonates with a certain situation that you're involved with, or a person that you're involved with. So pile number 3, Spirit, please tune me in for those who chose pile number 3. What is their subjective truth in this connection? How are they experiencing this connection? We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Ten of Cups. I'm definitely getting like a love situation. We have the High Priestess in reverse. And we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse, also with the Five of Cups in the reverse position. Okay. So I feel like this is someone that you're really searching for clarity about. I'm getting a feeling where you may feel like you're kind of blocked intuitively in regards to this person's intentions and feelings for you. I feel like you think this person has feelings for you, but they cause you to doubt that. Maybe from inconsistent behavior, or they may say certain things to you that indicate that they have feelings for you. I'm just going to center this a little bit more. Indicate that they're interested, but then they may pull away. And it may be that you feel sometimes blocked off or left out in the cold by this person. I feel like right now you really want this person to open up more. I feel like you want there to be more clarity around the potential for this connection. For the future. I feel like you aren't sure where it's headed right now. You aren't sure about this person's feelings, their intentions, and you just want to get to the bottom of it. Like, I feel like you don't want to stay in this energy for long of feeling disappointed, feeling confused and unsure, and maybe even sometimes shut out by them. This feels like someone who's very in and out, or someone just who hasn't been very open about their feelings, or maybe they have been open about certain feelings, but they haven't said like what they want for the long term in this connection. Yeah, with the, okay, so, and you guys may be somewhat anxious here. Like you may be feeling like you don't know if this situation is just going to end up in disappointment. I feel like there is anxiety thinking about the future or what's going to happen. It's almost like when we don't get enough information about something, we can feel very inclined to like fill in the gaps, and that ends up with us like catastrophizing, or it comes up with us like maybe really hoping for a good future. So like either we could take this confusing energy we're getting from someone and we could say, you know, I think they actually really like me, so I'm going to hold out a lot of hope for the future. Or I'm like really anxious that this person is like, doesn't even like me, or is done with me and they just haven't told me, or like, are they going to ghost me? There's just kind of a question mark here of like, what's really going on with this person? You know, are you going to feel left out forever? Like, are they going to let you in? Are they going to tell you their feelings for you so you can stop worrying? You really want clarity more than anything with the sun. There's a lot of confusion and kind of moon energy here of just not really knowing what to think about this person. I think you're interested in them. I think you see that there's potential here. You have feelings for this person, but you don't know if they are on the same page as you. Let me just get a couple clarifiers. Can we clarify this energy for pile number 3's check-in? Yeah, we have under a spell. It's like you don't know if you're just under a spell. You don't know if you just have had your rose-tinted glasses on. You don't know if the truth of the situation is really as great as you hoped it was. Maybe things started off really great. Like maybe you had a lot of hope for this person, but you may be now starting to feel like you aren't sure if it's real. You aren't sure if your intuition was correct about them. You want the truth here, which is good because you're at the right reading. We have the all-knower here, and then we also have cast your sacred symbols at the back. Yeah, so it just feels like you guys may be people that are usually intuitive, but you maybe just be having a hard time reading this person, especially sometimes when our feelings get really involved in things. We definitely can not see certain red flags, or we can overlook what we know to be true. And so I just feel like there's a part of you that's maybe starting to think that this isn't as promising of a situation as you once hoped, but you're still curious to get more information, because I do feel like there's a door open for this person. So now we're going to be looking at what this truth of this person is, what they would say to you if they're being completely honest about what's going on with them, what they want for the relationship. I might even do two parts to it. So I'm going to pull some oracle cards for this person's message to you, and then we will go from there. Okay, so I've pulled the oracle cards and laid them out for what this person would tell you if they were being completely honest about what's going on with them and this connection with you. So I'm just going to go over what we pulled. So we have the fish card, which would be the water signs. We have the earthworm, earth energy, and the fire signs with fire ant. Intuitively, I'm picking up on a more fiery energy with this person, and even air signs, even though it didn't come out. I feel like this person, if anything, is working on getting more grounded and intentional with their emotions. That's like a huge theme that's coming through. So we also have new life. We have imagine in reverse. We have break free. I'll read some of these a little bit deeper as we get into it, but we also have the Fool with the first house. We have the High Priestess with the Moon card. We have the Two of Wands, solar eclipse, revolution. We have higher power. We have the Sleeper, cause and effect, clarity. We have the Weaver, rediscovery, transition. We have woman holding a coin in reverse, magician in the mirror in reverse, and also rest and rejuvenate. So we have restlessness, predictions of growth, sheer tenderness, and your light. We also have the fates. We have power, fear, spirit, freedom. We have jump in, keep going, speak up, air element, ace of swords. We have ace of pentacles, which is the earth element. And then we also have self-care. So what's going on with this person and what they would share with you is that they're actually somewhat still focused on something unresolved in their life. It may be some sort of external circumstance or third party to your connection. This could have been another relationship that they had, or it could even be like a work scenario. But either way, it's left this person feeling like they don't have much focus in their life. This person would tell you that they're lacking focus and direction in regards to what they really want. And they're also dealing with a lot of self-esteem issues and feelings of self-doubt. And I feel like it kind of stems from their reaction to some sort of difficult situation or difficult person that they've dealt with that's really taken a toll on their feelings of self-esteem, their feelings of their own worth and confidence in who they are and what they bring to the table. This person feels inhibited right now. They're dealing with a lot of insecurities that's really impacting the way they're showing up in the connection with you. This person is feeling a little bit lost with where they're at right now. And I think in general, this person is feeling a little bit confused about why certain events had to happen in their life. This person has been in this energy of not really dealing with what the past has taught them. And it's like they have unintegrated things from their past that's showing up in this restlessness and this lack of direction, this lack of self-certainty about what they really want, about who they are and who they want to be in the world. It's like they have this restlessness about them and this energy that's unresolved from their past that's causing them to doubt what they can bring to the table or what they could really commit to. With the Magician in reverse. The Magician in reverse, it's very similar to this earthworm and this fish. It's about not having direction, not being tuned in to what strengths and skills you have and how to best use those. And with woman holding a coin in reverse, this person may have dealt with different feminine energies that were a little bit like shady, or feminine energies that maybe were really harsh with this person or expected a lot from them. And maybe a lot of people that made this person feel like they weren't good enough or made them feel like they're worthless. This person deals with the feeling of worthlessness. And if anything, this person is needing to process what's happened from their past and recognize what was in their control versus what wasn't. And there's almost an energy here too of feeling like a failure, or feeling like because certain people treated you a certain way or certain situations played out the way they did, it made this person doubt their vision and doubt how capable they really are of being reliable and dedicated in the 3D. This person has even felt like they put a lot of effort into things and they're unappreciated for it, or they feel like whatever they do is never enough. This person has a wound like that. Like they have a fear of criticism, and it's almost like the way it's surfaced for this person is this feeling of, why would I try anyways? Or why would I focus anyways? Like there's this energy of feeling like they don't have control over outcomes, or they're underestimating how the way that they're showing up in the real world is impacting the way situations play out. And they're underestimating and feeling intimidated, and they're afraid of failure as well. This person's afraid of things turning out the way that they have in the past, or then they almost feel like, why try anyways? Like there's kind of a feeling of that. And I feel like this person maybe has come off as more confident towards you in the beginning, but the first house also talks about kind of the masks that we wear. And I feel like this person tries to come off confident or tries to come off like they have a lot to give, but I feel like deep down they're maybe boasting that way because they actually feel very directionless and ungrounded. And I feel like with rest and rejuvenate, this person is struggling to find their inner peace and find their inner sense of clarity. They're dealing with a lot of restless thinking right now and a lot of confusion within themselves is what I'm feeling. And there's a lot of need for them to engage in a little bit of self-care. They may be telling you that they're trying to do that they know that they need to take a break from certain people, or like they need to just let go of what's happened and stop like stewing over a certain situation that's just making them feel even more jaded or frustrated or lost. It's like this person's having a hard time learning from their past failures and not having that be what defines their future opportunities. This person is on the verge of a sort of new rebirth or a new era with new life here. And with all of these aces, we have Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. So I feel like what this person would tell you is they've been struggling to really take accountability or to really process what's happened in the past for them. It's like I feel like they've really internalized the way that other people have treated them, or like it almost feels like certain people have done things to them and they haven't gotten to this part in their, I want to say assimilation of what's happened to them. It's like they're having a hard time taking responsibility for their own well-being, especially if they feel like other people screwed them over or if they feel like it's other people's faults. And I feel like in certain situations, people have treated them poorly and it hasn't been their fault, but it feels like if anything, they're kind of stuck in this place of feeling like the power is in the hands of other people, because it's almost like they're not really realizing that despite what's happened to you in the past, you're still responsible for how you respond to that and how you move forward. So that's where this person is at, where they have a lot of fear. They're not very confident in themselves. They're not very confident in making a decision and sticking to it. They know that they're at this place where they have to do things differently, that they're not happy with where they've gotten to in their life right now, either based on career or their relationships. But they're avoiding doing the work that they need in order to regain their power. I feel like also with this fear card, they're dealing with a lot of fears right now and insecurities that are sort of subconscious. And this Ace of Swords card talks about the need to like really get to the root of a certain problem and speak their truth about it. It also talks about how important it is to communicate to people what you want and what your truth is in a situation. I think this person's really failed to speak up in this relationship with you. And I think it stems from this person's own feelings of directionlessness and their own lack of processing of what's happened in their past. And it's almost like this person needs more than anything self-compassion and to take time to nourish themselves so they feel more confident. But instead, I feel like they may be trying to regain their sense of confidence in themselves, maybe by like picking up on relationships or getting attention from relationships. And so they may come to relationships with a really like optimistic energy, or they may be really interested in the beginning, but it's kind of that avoidant energy where then as soon as things start getting more real and people are looking for more commitment, stability, are looking for more tangible actions, like I feel like this person maybe says a lot. Or with Imagine in reverse, this literally talks about how this person maybe doesn't really deal in a grounded reality. Like I feel like this person is very okay with being like, well, maybe things could turn out that way, and like they like to get excited about it, but then when it comes to actually putting in the work and taking actions towards you, especially, or even action towards their goals in life, they're a little bit wishy-washy. And I think it also comes from this place where, because they don't really know what they want, it's like they aren't then following through on what they start. And so there's so much energy here where what Spirit is highlighting about this person's truth, whether they would be able to admit this or not, is that they have this restless, directionless energy of feeling very insecure, and because of that, they don't really trust their feelings about people, and they also are afraid to commit to something because they don't really have confidence that they'll be able to follow through. And so they may just always be stuck in this initial dating phase, or they may like lead people on to a certain level. And again, this person wants to tell you that they're not intentionally doing this, and they're not being fake about how drawn they do feel to you. I feel like they do want to see this relationship grow with sheer tenderness, predictions of growth. But what's blocking that is the need to really take control, take responsibility for what they want and what they're willing to do for what they want, instead of just being in this sort of imagination energy of like, oh, like that would be cool if we went on a vacation. And it's like they're kind of dealing in fantasy mode without really being aware of what actions they need to take in order to make those initial contacts or like new opportunities with people into something that's actually gonna grow from there. This person is kind of in this energy of one foot in the door of like an old reality. Like they may still be trying to impress, or they may still be thinking a lot about like a past person or someone that there isn't really an opportunity with, but they may be wanting to like prove themselves to that person, or they may just still be focusing on that. And so the song that came through, by the way, for this reading was Kali Uchis' 10%. And so it says, you keep on taking from me, but where's my 10%? And then the song also says like who are you trying to be? Like, why are you trying to lie to them? And it kind of talks about a person that wears a mask around other people, or people that aren't really being authentic. And like the song is kind of just like, can you get out of your ego and just like be real in this? Because I feel like I've been investing in you, and I'm kind of realizing that you might be more for show, or you might just be someone who's a little more superficial. And I feel like that's the energy that you're feeling from this person. And it's like this person does really want a new beginning and a new start. And they do want to get up to a place where they are building more stable foundations and more success, and they're making forward movement in their life. But they're just dealing with a lot of energy from their past that they need to tie up. That's this card that talks about the Weaver. And it's like this energy where you may be putting work towards something but feeling unfulfilled, or it may be that you need to address something from the past and tie up loose ends before you're able to feel content and happy in your new opportunities. And I feel like instead of this person feeling content and in appreciation with whatever's going on in the present moment, they're still like very anxious about past situations, or they're just really focused still on the past and maybe how other people treated them, and they may still be trying to like prove themselves to that. But we also have break free. You're being asked to break free from the tribe in order to live your authentic life. This isn't easy, but it's necessary if you're going to share your true self with others. Be brave, be real, be you, and trust that those who love you will always be there for you. And so there's this energy here where this person may actually have genuine interest in you, but they may be still trying to fit in with another group, or they may be prioritizing things that are very superficial, and that could be getting in the way of this relationship. We also have speak up. What are you saying that's eating you up inside? You can't keep this in forever. It's time that you let it out so you can move on and be happy. So maybe they have things they need to say from people in their past in order for them to be more in touch with their throat chakra with you. And we also have keep going. It may feel as though you've been on this path or journey for so long, and you may even wonder if you're making any progress towards your dreams. This message is a loving reminder for you to keep going. You're almost there. And so I feel like this person is on the brink of a new day. They are on the brink of letting go of a lot of situations that were just not good for them, or just like fed on their imbalances, made them feel like the underdog. It's like this person is not really seeing the full weight of a new opportunity that's in front of them, and I think they're sabotaging the connection. The Ace of Swords card here, communication, also talks about maybe someone who is over intellectualizing their feelings to a point where they're overthinking things so much that they aren't able to make a decision about what they want. They aren't able to actually take action. So I think this person would tell you that when it comes to the relationship with you, they overthink a lot, and like they get in their own way, and they just don't trust their feelings. They're having a hard time like opening up and just letting their feelings be communicated. And if anything, there's an energy here where someone starts opening up to someone more vulnerably and emotionally, and then they start to feel like they're going to be restrained, and like then they get paranoid about connection. And so I feel like this person is in this like in-between state where they're wanting to open up to more authentic and vulnerable connections that will be more long-standing, but they're still holding on to this part of them that is afraid of letting someone in, is afraid of really giving their all to something because they don't really believe in themselves. And then they may be projecting like their own insecurities and fears onto you. And it's almost the energy where people like get the ick, but it's like not even that you've done something that makes sense. It's like you've just been normal in the relationship. It's like the avoidant, this person's in an avoidant energy too. And it's like they have things that they're running away from or avoiding. And it's almost like when it's time to commit further, they just get in their head and feel really like they almost like convince themselves that they don't feel the same, or that it's not the right person for them. And I just feel like if anything, this person is just really tied up, and not completely ready for commitment in the relationship. And so I feel like they're telling you that they're trying to align themselves with this higher power. They're trying to accept what they can't control and learn to control what they can, but they are struggling to do that. And it comes a lot from them not fully learning their lessons or not fully being confident in themselves. And I'm trying to think of that energy where it's like people think they want something with this Imagine card, but then when it comes to what really comes with the relationship, which is consistent communication, figuring out like dates and plans and like things like that are actually like in the physical, that are grounded actions, this person gets really scared and restless about that. And if anything, they feel more comfortable in this state where they're a little bit non-committal and just going with the flow. But that energy continuously gets them nowhere and draws them into situations that aren't right for them. So this person does feel like you are a higher cup. They feel like they are drawn to you on a soul level, but it's almost like you're not their usual type, or they're still needing to learn what's actually good for them and realize what situations they may feel drawn to, but are actually just bringing out more karma and drama for them. I feel like you're someone that doesn't come with that drama. So they may be confusing the lack of like drama as meaning that there isn't passion. Like this person maybe thinks that they have more feelings or passion for things that are actually just karmic situations. And so they're on this teeter-totter. They're on the brink of leaving this energy behind. And I feel like you've come into their life to show them what a new path could look like, what a different path could look like. Like you're also showing them what they may need to change within themselves in order to not sabotage something that could be really good for them. And I think they're used to kind of, I don't know, it's this energy with the fish here where they need to realize that in order to actually build a strong connection with someone, they have to know what they want and stick to that and not just go wherever the current takes them. Like they need to be more stable and directed and honest in what they want and where they're going. And they need to be attached to their why. Like they need to have and this higher power card also talks about how sometimes people can hyperfixate on situations from their past or hyperfixate on a certain like material goal, like one person, and how that can really pull you off path of manifesting what you really want. And like the higher power asks you to move more with your soul, to prioritize where your soul is calling you to. And I feel like with this freedom card, it's like this person needs to free themselves from toxic dynamics that maybe have been really familiar to them. But it's like this person's aware that they're not happy with where that takes them, but they're just missing that step of really dedicating themselves to a new era, to a new self. It's like they need to be a new pile number 3's person. And just learn to let go of what didn't work out and to get really real though with what they can control. Just because certain things didn't work out doesn't mean you shouldn't tune into what you can do in the now to achieve what you want. And I think that this person has just these blockages and insecurities and triggers when it comes to something that is actually good for them. Like it's like that energy where it's like, oh no, like this person is not triggering me in the way that usually other people trigger me, so I don't feel as safe. I don't feel safe in this security. I don't feel safe in this healthy energy because I'm so used to an unhealthy energy. And so this person, if they've been unclear with their communication with you, it's because this is their energy. It's because they need to get real with themselves, and they need to realize that their self-love and this feeling of being assured and confident in relationships needs to come from within, that no one else can give them that. And if they're trying to find that through connecting with people, like the same thing's just going to happen over and over. And it's like almost this energy where they get mistreated and they have these energies where they're so resentful and angry with like certain people, like certain maybe energies that they've interacted with, and they know they're not happy, but they're not taking the steps they need in order to change their outcomes, to make something different. And we also have jump in. So it says, you're being asked to take a chance and give whatever you're questioning a try. The stars will never align in just the right way. Sometimes you have to take that leap anyway. So this is the time. And so this is almost saying that like this person knows that you're a good opportunity. This person knows that they need to tell you something soon, or they're aware that there's this impending need to take action towards you. and it scares them because this person is overthinking everything and finding every reason why it's not the right time for them to do this. But this card is telling you that it never feels like the right time when you're transitioning and doing something new. Like, it's never easy, but it's worth it. And I think that's the real deal with this person, with you, is that they see that you're different from other people. They see that once it's almost like you're in a higher league than this person, and you bring to the table a higher quality relationship. And I think it triggers this person's insecurities because they may have been used to being the one that could just blame their partners, or just could like point and like make everything their partner's problem because maybe they dealt with even more immature people than themselves. So when it's time for them to interact with someone who maybe is even more mature, who has a bright light, they feel like an underdog. They feel unprepared. They feel intimidated. And the way that they may be conceptualizing that is like, oh, I'm not ready for this. Or, this is like out of my comfort zone. But it's like, this person needs to not be afraid of what greatness you bring just because they aren't used to it, or it makes them feel like they have to step up to the plate. It maybe puts more, it's like this person can't just blame you because you're not acting immaturely. And so then they have to reflect and go, oh, maybe this is my problem. Maybe this is my cycle I need to work through. Maybe this is something I need to really work on. And maybe this is something I need to meditate on. Why am I doing this? Why am I sabotaging something good? And that's a new experience for this person, because I think in the past they had other people sabotaging things, and maybe they were just caught in like a tit for tat game with people. And like that was the kind of relationships they had. And it's like, I feel like this person spent a lot of time imagining what they want to be different, but now that it's time to actually take action towards it, they're getting cold feet. And this is definitely not fair to you, but I just want to explain to you where they're coming from and how they actually feel intimidated by the relationship with you. And they feel intimidated by the level of quality they need to bring in order to match up to you. With predictions of growth, this person's also saying that they want to grow. They are restless and they are unsure of how they're going to do that, but they know that it's time for them to grow. And I think they want this to grow, but there's just a lot of fear here that's causing them to sabotage it. And at the end of the day, I think it's really going to come down to what this person decides to do. Like what this person decides to actually, are they going to step past their fears? Are they going to take a risk and jump in anyways and just understand that you can be patient with them, but you can only help them and be patient with them if they're being honest with you. And I think this person is afraid to speak up their honest truth because they may feel like that won't be enough for you. But I think what this person really needs to hear and understand is that you don't need them to be perfect. It's okay that they have fears about this connection, but what's going to make it a lot better rather than just running away and getting triggered would be telling you that like, hey, like, honestly, like I maybe need to take things a little bit slower, but I really want to continue this with you. And I hope you can understand that sometimes I just need extra space because I'm still working through personal problems. And like, I hope you can understand that. And it's like, so many people will be okay with that as long as they are being clear about their intentions and what people should expect from them. And I think instead this person's avoiding communicating at all because it's like they don't want to lose you. And they think that if they tell you what they're ready for, then they will lose you. And so then they're like, they don't want to let go of you, but they also don't want to be all in. So that's this person's truth. That's like what they would tell you if they were being completely honest and if they had like the ability to do that. So let's get into tarot now. This person has a flighty energy. It's like they give up too quickly or they find the flaw in the situation. So it's self-sabotage, and like I'm really thinking back to the book, like The Mountain Is You. And like that book just talks about how we push away positive growth and opportunities in our life because as human beings, we prefer what's familiar. And like that describes this person. So much of it is really their own self-sabotage and their own fear of leveling up and what that will look like and letting themselves grow. It's like they're kind of afraid of growth. And they're afraid of what that will require from them. They're afraid of failure as well, So it's almost like this person wants to stay in the little leagues, but they know they're not happy in the little leagues. They know they're very frustrated by the little leagues, but they're also afraid to go in the big leagues because then they feel like they're going to mess it up or they feel like they don't know how that works. So they'd rather just not challenge themselves to be better. All right, so yeah, and we also have round and round in the back here. And it's like this person is really needing to, and we have truth be told, they're needing to see what cycles they've gone around in, either with people who are maybe more mature than them and recognize like what draws them to that and how they can change that. But also they need to be honest with themselves if they continuously push away good opportunities. Because we have building blocks here. Yeah, it's like it's time for this person to build something that's going to last and build something that isn't following the same karmic cycle from the past. It's like this person wants to be ready for a soulmate connection, but they're scared at the same time. And this is showing in them not communicating with you what's really going on with them. And maybe them pushing you away just so much that then they feel safe again, so then they can kind of be like affectionate towards you. But then it just gives you this confusing energy where you're not getting any communication when this person is giving you mixed signals, you know? So let's get some tarot now. What would pile number 3's person tell them if they're being completely honest about the connection? We have Temperance. We have the Moon. We have the 3 of Swords in reverse. 8 of Swords in reverse. We have the Magician in reverse again. We have the 6 of Wands. Yeah. And then we have 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah. So what this person would tell you is that with the Moon here, they have a lot of fears and illusions that cause them to falter in their ability to take action towards what they want. A lot of fears hold them back, is what this person is telling you. And with Temperance being here, they are telling you that they're trying to work through this, but it's going to be something that's slow. It's like they're slowly learning to free themselves from feeling stuck. It's like the 8 of Swords is a victimization card, is a situation where you feel like you're being tied up by something, or you're being forced to be something that you're not, or you're forced the same situation that you're not happy in. But the truth of this card is you are always free to make a different choice. And so I feel like this person is saying that they get themselves stuck in situations because of anxiety and almost like the expectations of others. Like I feel like this person's afraid to get involved with people because they're afraid of being controlled or being stuck in something. I think this person's afraid of being stuck. And so I feel like this person, because of their fears of what they could create if they weren't anxious, it's like this person is so anxious and has so many fears that they're thinking of. It really blocks their ability to move things forward, and it blocks their divine masculine energy to actually follow through on what they want. And it's like they're saying that it's not that they don't want this, it's that they have these fears that are holding them back. And with Temperance here, I feel like they're needing to learn temperance. They're needing to learn that they can patiently work through these problems, that they don't need to like rush ahead. 3 of Swords in reverse is telling me that this person's healing from wounds from the past. I feel like this person with the 6 of Wands, they may care a lot about what other people think of them. That's that Kali Uchis song coming through. It's almost like because of this person's ego has been really affected in the ways that people have hurt them. And I feel like on one side of this person is more focused on an appearance of confidence and everything's fine to prevent heartbreak. Or this person, but they feel deep down like they aren't really going to be victorious in situations. And I feel like this person is also afraid of... they may be telling you that they're afraid of investing in something that won't grow. Like, I feel like this person has a lot of it's almost like this person predicts, like catastrophizes a lot. And I think there's a need for them to be patient with themselves as they work through these fears. I want to clarify some of these. they may be afraid to invest in situations right now because they're afraid of failure or they're afraid of having their ego hurt. Because we had the Six of Pentacles underneath. So this person may undergive in situations also because they don't want to invest in something and then it not work out. Like there's a lot of fear of failure. It's almost like this might not work out, so I'm just going to make it fail right now. Why is Temperance here? We have the Page of Cups in reverse. Yeah, this person is learning emotional maturity right now too. Like I feel like they're needing to be patient with themselves as they mature emotionally. Why is the Eight of Swords in reverse? We have the Emperor, yeah. And so I feel like this person is dealing with a bit of emotional maturity and they're learning how to balance that out. And with the Emperor being here, it's like this person sometimes feels like this person is needing to grow within their divine masculine energy and to have more confidence in direction. And the Emperor makes a plan and sticks to it and is very aware of their own personal power to do whatever they want. But I feel like sometimes this person doubts their own personal power or is like afraid of being controlled by other people to a point where they're afraid of even getting involved with others or taking the risk to pursue their dreams. It's like they're so ready for other people to take their freedom or their power. It's like this person, their personal power is weak. Why is okay, we have Seven of Swords here, Magician in reverse. Yeah, and so then they may even not communicate. They may feel like they have to go about things in sort of a sly way. Like they feel like they can't just be open about it because, I don't know, they may doubt that if they're just authentic and open, they're afraid that their vulnerabilities will be used against them. They're afraid of just being open. They're afraid of opening up emotionally. And so they try to get through things with like strategy and deception instead of kind of just being bold and saying what they want and having the confidence to go for it. They feel like they have to be kind of sneaky because the Magician in reverse is kind of a schemer energy with the Seven of Swords. It's kind of confirmed by that. So this person is telling you that they have a tendency to feel like they have to kind of play around or scheme or not be super upfront because of their own fears. Yeah, we have Ten of Pentacles here. Why is the Three of Swords reversed? We have the Sun. And we also have the Knight of Swords. Yeah, so I feel like this person can lack clarity on what they really think. I feel like this person can hold back from taking actions or speaking their truth because they don't have clarity on it. Their past wounds have really colored. They may jump to conclusions quickly too with the Knight of Swords in reverse. This person may, due to past heartbreak, really, it colors their lens for how they look at situations now. And they may even have like a pessimistic energy to them. They may even be very emotionally imbalanced within themselves. Why is the Six of Wands here? We have the Queen of Wands in reverse. Yeah, I feel like this person feels like they have to prove themselves or something. There's just this energy here where they almost like anticipate people to hurt their ego. Like they're very protective of their ego and like they will put they're afraid of being vulnerable and getting hurt. Like if I could summarize anything, it would be that. And this applies to you. And so they're really kind of playing games with you, to be completely honest. Why is the Seven of Pentacles here in reverse? We have Judgment. Yeah, and so I just feel like this person is needing to, they're telling you that they're recognizing how they have not been very mature in their relationships. And they're saying this is because someone in their past has really hurt their ego. They jump to conclusions that things are going to be the same. They feel like they can't just be open, honest, and vulnerable because that hurt them in the past. With Judgment here, this person also maybe is needing to figure out like what situations they should invest in and what they shouldn't. Like I feel like this person has been really hurt by investing in something that didn't end up being what they wanted. And so I feel like they're just having to have realizations about that, what that really means. Because I feel like if anything, they come to the conclusion that it's always going to be like that. And they doubt their ability to achieve what they want if they go about it in an open, honest, confident way. They don't feel like that it's going to work for them. But what they don't realize is with the right people, that will work for them. With people that are not insecure or manipulative, that will work. So this person is just needing to learn that there's different people out there and they don't need to think every situation is going to turn out like a past situation, and they really need to address what things they're doing to sabotage this connection that really is a reflection of what's happened in their past. So that's what I'm seeing. This person feels pretty blocked, and I don't know. That's what I'm getting. But for the extended reading, we're going to be getting into how this person views you and what, as of right now, they really want for the connection with you. Like, what are their true intentions towards you? And we're going to be looking at how they see you as a person. Like, what do they think of you? And we'll also look at how they feel about you currently. So if you guys want more information on this person, I'll have it linked down below. Other than that, this is what I have for the YouTube portion. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you guys that are a part of this community. If you found value in the video, it really helps out the channel if you're able to hit the like button. If you are willing to leave a comment, I love reading your guys' comments. They mean a lot to me. Helps me feel more connected with you guys as well. And if you want to see more readings from this channel, I would love for you to join the community and subscribe so you're able to see future videos. And if you haven't put on your notifications, make sure you do that so you don't miss a video that comes from this channel. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I hope you're doing well, and I'm sending you guys lots of love.